Good day everyone. On today's video, we'll be taking immunity of the body and the various types of immunity under physiology. Don't forget to subscribe to my video. Okay, according to Wikipedia, immunity is the ability of multicellular organisms to resist harmful microorganisms. Every day of your life, you encounter one microorganism or the other, but you don't always fall sick. That's because of your body's immunity. So if your immunity is high, you have noticed that you rarely fall sick. But if you fall sick quite frequently, like once in a week or once in a month, your immunity is quite low. So as you age, as you get older, your immunity level reduces. Like if you look at this boy here, this boy should be about 4 to 5 years old. You see, your immune system is like a shield. It's like a shield which guides you from microorganisms, from diseases, from germs, from viruses, and fungi, and the rest. Now, as you get older, as you're getting older, and to get very old, your immunity level is drastically reducing until there's almost nearly nothing left. So that is the reason why old people get sick very frequently, because their immune system has drastically reduced from what it used to be when they were much more younger. Now, we have two types of immunity. We have the innate immunity and the acquired immunity. The innate immunity is the kind of immunity or the type of immunity which you are born with. You come with it to this world. While the acquired immunity, this one you get it from the outside, from an outside source. It can be an injection or a drug or a vaccine. Okay, with types of immune response, we have the non-specific immune response and the specific immune response. I will explain that as this video goes by. So I will advise you, medical students, to get your Bible and your pen very close to you so you can jot some of all these facts. These are very important and crucial facts which they can ask you in the exam or in an exam situation. Okay, first we have the non-specific immune response. Now, it is directed against invading microbes. The examples of non is this and that. Now, what this means is that the non-specific immune response is a kind of immune response which your body gives out to protect your body generally against microbes like virus, fungi, and bacteria, like I was saying. Since now it does not attack a particular kind of disease or virus. Now, before we get to specific, we have when we say non-specific, there are two things that are here. We have the physical barrier and the blood-borne barrier. Now I will still explain that. Now, the physical barrier are of two types. First, we have the body surface barrier, and in this we have the intact skin. Now, if your skin has a lesion or a hole or an injury, your skin is no longer highly giving you high protection. That's what it means. We also have the mucosa, the cilia, and the mucous secretion. Number two, we have the antimicrobial secretion, such as the oil in the skin, your tears, your gastric juice, your vagina and vaginal secretion, and stuff like that. Now, look at the tears. Now, the tears in your eye, the main purpose why your eye produces tears is to wash your eye. Your tears help to wash your eye of any sand, dust, insects that might be stuck somewhere or around it. Okay, we have the blood-borne non-specific immune response. Remember, I said we have two kinds under the non-specific. We have the physical barrier and the blood-borne. Now, the first thing we have the internal antimicrobial agent, and I give examples. We have the interferon, the popadim, in bracket the factor P, and the lysosome. You know what lysosome is? Lysosome, what it does is found in almost all your cells. It breaks down dead cells. It also breaks down the microbes that gets into your body. Now, second thing we have is a phagocyte. Phagocytes are cells that have the ability to engulf the dangerous antigen. Like, let's say for instance now, this is a dangerous antigen. When a phagocyte gets close to something like this, it produces some kind of uh, depression like this, which will eventually swallow the dangerous material into it. So we have some examples of phagocytes. We have the monocytes, which are white blood cell, the macrophages, the natural killers. You can call them the NK cells, or they have another kind of name I can't remember right now. We also have the dendritic cells. Number three, under the blood-borne specific non-specific response, we also have the inflammatory response. So note these three. No, now the specific immune response is directed against a specific pathogen, in bracket foreign protein or its toxin, may be cell mediated or humoral. Now, under specific immune response, a good example is the tetanus injection or the poliovirus injection. Now, these are kinds of acquired immunity that are being given to you. Now, what they do, they help to fight a part. Like the tetanus injection will fight the tetanus virus. The polio injection will fight the polio virus. So they are specific, exactly. So, like they would say, there are two types of specific: cell-mediated or humoral. The cell-mediated, in bracket T cell immunity. The reason why it's called T cell immunity because it is the T cell that functions here. When they say T cell, they mean the T lymphocyte. We have T lymphocyte and we have B lymphocyte. So it occurs within the cells of the immune system involve the T lymphocyte. Some good examples of this includes the T helper cells, the T suppressors, the T cytotoxic cells, and the T lymphokines. Each type plays a specific role in the immune response of the body. Now, the humoral immunity. This kind of immunity is being carried out by the B cell of the body. The B cells, the B lymphocytes. Looking at the first point here, it says it is concerned with immune responses outside the cell. It involves the B lymphocyte that differentiate into plasma cells and secrete antibodies. So the T cell are involved in immunity of the cell itself, while the humoral, which is the body, the human, is more concerned with the immunity that is outside the cell. So there's a form of division of labor. What is saying that A, T cell, you take care of the cell, B cell, you take care of everything that is outside the cell for high efficiency. Antibodies. Now, I gave 3 points here. First thing, antibodies. They are immune substances produced by plasma cells. Next, antibodies are gamma globulin molecules. Antibodies are commonly referred to as immunoglobulin (Ig). So note this, Ig. So antibodies can also be called Ig. And what does this Ig stand for? Immunoglobulin. Antigen is any substance, including allergen, that stimulates the production of antibody in the body. Antigens can be anything. If a dust enters your nose and you start to cough and release mucus secretion, that dust is an antigen because it has made your body to react in that kind of way. So antigens are good, some antigens are negative. So note that. For example, now you have your blood cells, your A antigen, your B antigen. Those antigens are important for the body, so you can call them positive antigen. So they don't have any negative effects on the body as far as they are found in the right blood stream. So let's continue. Typically, antigens are foreign proteins most potent being microbial cells and their products. So, immunoglobulin, in bracket, antibodies. Okay, there are 5 immunoglobulin in the body, and they are IgM, that's immunoglobulin M, IgG, immunoglobulin G, IgA, immunoglobulin A, IgE, immunoglobulin E, and IgD, immunoglobulin D. So note of them, just try a way you can remember them. There's MGA, ED. Probably you might want to use this acronym that goes like this: M A G E D, MAGD, MAGED. So know that and know the rest. So let us take the antibodies one by one. The first thing we have here is the immunoglobulin M antibody. It is a first antibody to be detected after exposure to antigen. What that line means is that, take for instance, your body is being attacked by a particular dangerous antigen. You know, we have five types of immunoglobulin. That is 5 types of antibodies. That's what it means. So after those 5, this immunoglobulin M will be among the first to get to that site to start the defense process. Okay. Number 2, it protects from gram-negative bacteria. We have gram-negative bacteria and gram-positive bacteria. That will be a lesson for another video. Okay, we have the immunoglobulin G antibodies. It takes up more than 70% of the total immunoglobulin in the body. The highest increase in response is to subsequent exposure to antigen. It is the only immunoglobulin that passes the placenta barrier. You see this number 3. This number 3 is an MCQ question. I saw it in one of the tests that I wrote. It is the only antibody that passes the placenta barrier. So note that it's very important, and note this, that it makes up over 70%. So some exams or some texts might see 70%, 75, 80. They are all within the same range. So note that. We have the immunoglobulin D antibodies. It helps to differentiate the B cells, that is the B lymphocytes. Now, T cells and B cells, remember those two. They are very important. T cells are important for cell-mediated immunity, while the B cell are important for humoral immunity. Okay. Immunoglobulin A, it is present in blood, mucus, and human milk secretions. Plays important role in viral and respiratory pathogens. So just note the terms that I have written. It is present in the blood, in the mucus, and in the human milk secretion. It plays an important role against viral and respiratory pathogens. Next, we have the immunoglobulin E. The immunoglobulin E, that's the IgE, is responsible for hypersensitivity and allergic response. It causes mast cells to release histamine. So you can ask you as an exam situation, they ask you which immunoglobulin or which antibody is released during allergic situations, allergic attacks, allergic responses. So it is the immunoglobulin E. Okay, we have 2 types of humoral immunity. Remember, the humoral immunity is being carried out by the B cells. We have the active immunity and the passive immunity. I will tell you what active in this sense means and what passive in this sense means as we go on to the video. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and notify yourself so that anytime I put a new video you will be notified. Next we have is the active immunity. It means antibodies formed in the body and is of two types. So active immunity is being formed by the body. It is not. It doesn't come from outside. We have two types. We have the natural active immunity and the artificial active immunity. Now, the natural active immunity means antibodies formed during the course of disease may provide long-term immunity. For example, we have the measles, chickenpox, yellow fever, and smallpox. So the natural active immunity are being note two things here. When you hear the term natural under immunity, natural means it's being produced by the body. Active means it has a long lifespan, it lasts for long. So the natural active immunity means antibodies formed during the course of disease may provide a lifelong immunity, and it occurs for measles, chickenpox, yellow fever, and smallpox. For a person who has the chickenpox virus, for example, you can only get chickenpox once. Why? Because after you get the first attack from chickenpox, your body has created natural active immunity against chickenpox. So even though you come in contact with an infected person in the nearby future or some years to come, you will not react to it. Your body will just simply fight the disease or the pathogen or the microbes and simply destroy it and dispose of it without you knowing whatever occurred. Now we have the artificial active immunity. The vaccine or toxoids stimulates formation of homologous antibodies, revaccination in bracket booster shots often needed to sustain antibody titer. Okay, so the artificial active immunity, this kind of immunity is like the term wrote artificial. It's not being made by the body. You get it from particular shots, an injection, or a drug, depending on how that particular vaccine is being given to you. So you saw the term here, booster shot. Now a booster shot means a revaccination. Like you were vaccinated before, but you had to take another shot, probably because the first one was not effective, or probably because it is a dosage. Like if you're taking the COVID-19 vaccination, I think you take there are 3 shots, 3 or 4 shots. So you take the first one, the second one, the third one. I think there's a fourth one, depending on the type of vaccine you are using. So that second and third is seen as the booster shot to increase the effects of what the first one has already started in the body. Types of artificial active immunity. We have the live vaccine, the killed vaccine. Now the live vaccine means that in that tube where the vaccine is kept, the microbes are still alive. For instance, now if you are being given the COVID-19 or a polio virus or chickenpox or any vaccine, now that particular virus that they want to fight, the virus itself will be in that vaccine. What am I saying? Let's say, for instance, now all they will do is that the power of that particular virus or microbe, it will have been reduced to a very little proportion that your body can handle. So when your body senses it, it just simply produce the immunity against it and destroy it, and from there it keeps on producing. Then there's something called memory cells. Memory cells are very important when it comes to immunity. I will still say there's a lot to learn on that immunity. Why for killed vaccine is the direct opposite. The microbes are already dead in the vaccine. Okay, C, toxoid. Toxoid are antigenic preparations composed of inactivated microbial toxins. So what they are saying here is that in this kind of vaccine, the the organism or the bacteria or whatever is an inactive state. It is literally, should I say, hibernation, or is sleeping, something like that. So when it comes in contact with your body, it gets activated. Therefore, your body can produce immunity against it. The next we have here is the passive immunity. Antibodies acquired from outside source produce this short-term immunity. So the passive immunity gives you a short-term immunity. We have two types: the natural passive and the artificial passive, just like the active immunity. Now we have the artificial passive immunity. It is acquired by injection of antiserum derived from immunized animals or humans. It provides immediate protection, and also is of value in treatment. So this passive immunity is gotten from an outside source. It's not made by the body, but it's been given to patients for an immediate cure, or for an immediate response, so as to protect them from further illness. Now, if you look at this diagram, you see all I have been saying since morning. So let us take it down little by little. Now, I told you that in the immune system we have two types: the innate immunity and the acquired immunity. On the acquired immunity, you have the T cell immunity, and the B cell immunity, also called the cell mediated for the T cell, and the humoral for the B cell. So we come to the innate. You have the blood-borne immunity and the physical barrier immunity. On the physical barrier immunity, you see things like the skin, the mucous membrane, the saliva, the flushing action of urine and tears. I told you, see that word, flushing action. The flushing action helps to clean your eyes. That is for the tears of the eye. And the stomach acid. That stomach acid, whatever you eat and whatever goes into your body, most times goes to your stomach first. So your stomach has particular acid, that's dilute HCl. What it does is to destroy any microbe that is passing through there before anything enters into your body. So it also helps you know that. Under the blood bound, you see the complement cascade and the phagocytes, which are listed here. I will advise you to take a screenshot of this table and really study it. So before we end this video, I have some very cool questions for you. Exam like question. Now the first thing I have here is number 1. Which immunoglobulin is capable of passing the placenta? I told you before. So what's the answer? Type the answer and tell me which immunoglobulin is capable of passing the placenta. What's the answer? The right answer here is the IgG. That's the right answer. Number 2. Which type of immunity are the B lymphocytes responsible for? Which type of immunity are the B lymphocytes responsible for? Now the right answer here is what? The humoral immunity. That's the right answer here. The last question we have here is which antibody has the greatest percentage in the body? And the right answer here is which is the most common, is the what? Is the IgG, and it carries over 75% in the body. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you learned a lot. There are so many things that were discussed in this video. I would advise you to take your time to go through this video at least 2 or 3 times for you to gain everything that I've taught in the video. Thank you. And also, please do not forget to subscribe to this video and kindly leave a nice comment so my video will get a very high rating and be so that other maker students can also see it. So thank you, have a blessed day.